We're going to finish our brief look at the Roman number system or numeration system by looking at the augmented or extended numeration system. There's a problem with the basic Roman number system, and here's sort of an illustration of it. In the basic system, we have the digits from I to M, from 1 to 1,000. Then we have the special subtraction symbols, and those are over here in this bar on the box on the right rather. And those are the 6 allowed subtraction symbols, combinations in the basic system. So the question is, how do you write 6,497 in Roman numerals? Well, remember that there's a rule in Roman numerals that you cannot write the same symbol more than 3 times. So what you do with this is you start out and say, well, I'm going to write that in expanded form. Okay, 6,497 is equal to 6,000 plus 400 plus 90 plus 7, and now 6,000. Well, there is no 5,000 among the basic systems, and so what we'd have to do is we'd have to write that as MMM, 6 M's essentially, MMM, 6,000s, but that violates the rules of Roman numerals. So you cannot do that. So how do you write a number that's larger than, that's large like this, I'll say? Well, it turns out in the basic system, the largest number you can write is 3,999. And that's a good challenge for you, just as a practice or for fun. How would you write that number, 3,999, in Roman numerals? But for numbers that are larger than 3,999, the Romans have developed an augmented system using this bar approach, okay? And what the bar approach means is that you start with the basic system, but you want to get numbers that are larger than 1,000. So what you do is you take a value, a symbol, and if you augment it with a bar, it means I'm going to multiply it by 1,000. So for example, the number 10 is x in Roman numerals. X with a bar over top of it would equal 10 times 1,000, which equals 10,000. Similarly, the number m is 1,000 in the basic system, but in the extended system, it would be 1,000 times 1,000, which is equal to 1,000,000. So m with a bar over it is equal to 1,000,000. Now, there are a couple different ways that people use the subtraction combinations. There's actually more than one way you can have a subtraction combination in this extended system. But a common approach is just to use the basic subtraction rules, which are up here, and just, again, augment those by a bar. So if the number ix represents 9, then ix with a bar over top of it is 9 times 1,000, or 9,000. Now, let's use this extended system to convert a few numbers. Okay, so the first number I would like to convert is 6,497. All right, that was the one we started with that caused the problem in the first place. Write that in extended form. So that is 6,000 plus 400 plus 90 plus 7. And 6,000, again, there is no symbol for 6,000, but there is a symbol for 5,000. So you want to write these in expanded form in the symbols that you have available to you. So that would be 6,000 would be 5,000 plus 1,000 plus 400 plus 90 plus 7. And now there are symbols for each of those. 5,000, V with a bar over it. 1,000, M. 400 is one of our subtraction combinations, CD. 90 is another subtraction combination, XC. And 7 would be 5 and 2 1s. So 6,497 in Roman numerals is essentially V with a bar, MCD, XCVII. All right, well, let's look at bigger numbers. 9 799. Write that in expanded form. 900,000 plus 40,000 plus 9,000 plus 700 plus 90 plus 9. Now, if we have symbols for all of that, that's great. Sometimes, again, like the last example, you might need to break up a piece like 6,000 we had to write as 5,000 plus 1,000. But in this case, we have symbols for all of these. We know that 900 in the basic system is CM, so 900,000 would be CM with a bar over top. There's a symbol for 40 in the basic system, so 40,000 XL with a bar over top. There's a symbol for 9. We're using a lot of subtraction combinations in this one. Would be IX with a bar over top. 700 would be actually 500. That's D. And 2 100s, CC. 90 is a subtraction combination, so that is XC. And 9 is another subtraction combination. This number is just full of them, IX. Now, what's traditionally done when you have a number of symbols with a bar is you put those all together. So this, if you want to write this as a Roman numeral, it would be CM XL IX, all with a bar over top of it, times D, not times, but then DCC XC IX. All right. Let's look at one last example where we're going to convert from a Roman numeral to a base 10 number. All right. In this case, again, you've got the extended system or the augmented system using the single bar. And so what you'd like to do is this, again, I always like to first look for subtraction combinations. Here's a CD, that's a subtraction combination, which means CD is 400. With the bar, it's going to be 400,000. LX, okay, there's nothing there, but IV is another subtraction combination. That would be 4. DCC, LXXXIX, there's another subtraction combination of 9. That's a good place to start. Now, let's just, we have symbols for everything else. Let's just convert. So remember that M with a bar over it is 1,000 thousands or a million. So, excuse me. What you need to do is say, okay, MMM, that is going to be 3,000 thousands or 3 million. That's the MMM. The CD with 1,000, that's 400 times 1,000, so plus 400,000. LX, well, L is 50, but L with a bar over it is going to be 50,000. X with a bar over it is 10,000. Then IV with a bar over it, again, that's a subtraction combination. 4 with a bar over it is 4,000. So all of that, that's just the pieces with the bar. Now let's look at the other pieces. We've got D, so this is plus 500. Plus 2 C's, that's 2 times 200, or 200. Then we have L, which is 50. I'm running out of room. 3 X's will be 3 times 10 is 30. And IX will be 9. Now let's put that all together. So that's going to be 340 and 50 and 10 and 4. So in terms of the larger parts, it would be 3,464,000 when you add all this up. 50 plus 10 is 60, plus 4 is 4. And then we have 500 and 200, so 700, 50 and 30, 80, and lastly 9. So this long string, when used the augmented system, 3,464,789. Now you may ask, and I'm not going to ask this in the class, but just so you know that it exists, Because the largest number you can write with the extended system is 3,999,999. That's the largest number you can write in the extended system. But numbers obviously exist that are bigger than that. How do you get bigger numbers? What the Romans used the double bar. So, for example, if I said M bar bar, well, that is 1,000 times 1,000 times another 1,000, which is just a really big number, but is much bigger than 3 million. Anyways, we're not going to look at the double bars in this class, but just so you know that it exists, that you can keep going and get numbers as large as you want in Roman numerals.